Today I'm going to show you how to automate the creation of social media posts using Google Sheets and Canva. Let's start with Google Sheets. If you don't know, Google Sheets is a free online tool that you can use to store and organize your content. It's perfect for a variety of uses, including what we're going to be doing today, which is planning our content. So I'm going to walk you through my structured Google Sheet that supports a carousel post and creating a carousel post using this automated process. So we have my sheet here. I'm going to maximize this window so you can see it more clearly. What I have are the name columns in the first row. Pretty easy to figure them out. Cover header, slide one message, my CTA or call to action. I always put that up front because I don't want to forget to include a call to action like link in bio, download from my website, sign up here. Whatever my call to action is, I don't want to miss it. So I have it in its own field. Also, if I have it in its own field, when I bring it over to Canva, which you'll see in a moment, I can structure the look of it separately from it being in another field with some other piece of information or data, right? So the first slide that's going to be in this carousel is my cover slide. And so the words that will be on my cover slide is, hi there, and it'll be the header of the cover slide. I'm not putting anything else on that cover slide. You can put images on it. You can add additional fields in it, but I'm just going to, for this example, keep it simple and just have hi there. Again, my call to action, in this case, just link in bio. That's what's going to show up. And so then I have the slides with the information, my informational slides. There are 5 of those. Slide 1, I put the header field separately so I can control the look and feel of it and have it be different from the message field that's going to have the actual message information that I'm sharing with my audience. And so there's slide 2 header, slide 2 message, and so on and so forth. And so once I have that structured with my information, and by the way, this is one carousel with 6 slides, 5 are informational slides, 1 is the cover. And so you can use different rows to add additional carousel, to create additional carousel posts. And run this step 1, 2, 3 in Canva to get it done. The steps we're going to go through right now, you could have 40 different rows here, and it's going to get them all done in 3 steps in Canva. So the hardest part is getting your content together and putting them in here, which is just typing or copying and pasting once you've created your content. All right. So my call to action, I'll add that on my final slide, but again, I kept it separate so I can pull it in and give it its own look and feel. What else do I want you guys to know about this? It's so simple. It's so simple, guys. Even if it sounds intimidating right now, I promise it's simple. All right. So the next step I have to do once I have all my content in here is to do file, download, and not an Excel sheet, not Excel. You're going to a comma separated value, CSV, a CSV file. I'm going to comma separated value. It's going to download it right here. And then you can either keep it where it downloads it, however it's done on your computer. In mine, it goes to the downloads folder on my MacBook Pro. I usually go in and copy it out of that folder and put it where I want it to be because I want to keep all of this in the same location on my computer. So I've already done that step. You know, it's like those cooking shows where they've already baked the cake after they showed you how to mix it. So here it is, 60 seconds later, it's ready to go. So I've already moved that over. That's an easy step. You know how to move a file in your computer. So I'm going to get out of Google Sheets, and I'm going to go to Canva. So in Canva, here is my example of one of my templates. It's not a real template that I use for my brand, but I'm going to pretend this is my branded template. It's a very simple branded template for carousels. Let you see all of them together. Very simple, right? So I've added one field here, and that's for the heading on the home page on the cover sheet. So I'm going to go the cover slide. So I'm going to go and pull it down a little bit so I can position it where I want it to be when that content gets pulled in from the CSV, from the Google Sheets file, right? So I'm going to put that here. And if I wanted to really use some of my brand colors, which I have some in here, but if I want to add more, I do something like that. And then, like that maybe, right? See that? Kind of cute, right? So that's my cover slide for this carousel post. So I could do other things in my design, like change this up as well, the heading for that slide, telling people what I'm teaching them on that slide. But I also need a text field here because I want to actually include, let me see what else I can add here. Whoops. Go back here. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this. And I'm going to pull this in and make this where the actual text is going to be, the rest of the text that they need to read. I'm going to make this a little bigger because I want people to really be able to see that. So I'm going to make that a little bigger. So that's my field. That's going to pull in the information that was in the Google Sheet. If I actually had real content in those fields, it's going to pull that into this field. And then the header field is going to, whatever from the Google Sheet, is going to pull that in here as well. So that's kind of how it's going to go. I'm going to center it back. Getting too picky about the layout here. But for each and every one of these, I would have the same thing. So I'm just going to copy and paste my fields in here. I already have this field in here, which is just some text as well. And it's going to be my call to action that I'm going to pull into that field. It was just a text field that was already there. I already had that in there. So I'm going to change up the font color on this black one so you can actually see it. All right. And they're 2 black slides. So I'm going to, there we go. So now these are my slides. Now you can make them fancier. You could include a picture. You know, I could come over here and say, oh, let me add an element. Let me see. Let me just try this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but let me just try that and pull this down a little bit. Whatever it is, that is the visual that you want or is part of your brand look. You can have that already on my cover slide. I could have this. And since it's a cover slide, a lot of times I like the font to be really big, right? Because I want to capture people's attention when they're just swiping away and ignoring all the posts they see. And that's a big spacing between the lines. So I'm just going to make that up maybe a little bigger. Just a tad bigger. Right there. That's what we're doing. And then the rest of my slides, you could also go in and design those, make them pretty, make them cute. I could decide this one will be pink background. This one could be gold background, you know, play with my brand colors. And look, again, this is just a text field that I'd already inputted here, but it's just going to have my call to action from that call to action field. So now let me show you how you tie it in. You've already downloaded that Google Sheets file. So now here's the easiest of all the parts, right? Just click, click, click. So I'm going to go bulk create down here on the left side. I don't know if this is available on the free version of Canva. I don't know. I didn't check and I apologize. But if you have the paid version, here it is, bulk create. Then you'll see the option to enter data manually, which I'm not trying to do that. So I'm going to go to upload the CSV and go find my CSV file, which I think it's this one, since I copied it over a couple of days ago. And I'm going to hit open. And so you can see on the left here, it's pulled in all the field names from that CSV file that I shared with you earlier. Slide 1 message, slide 1 header, all that's in here, right? Including my link and my CTA, call to action. So I'm going to go through each of these fields that I set up, which are just text fields that I just decorated and designed. And I'm going to go over here and right click to pull up a context menu. And I'm going to go to connect data. But you didn't know that was there, huh? And I'm going to go to cover header because that's the field because remember I just connected, bulk created and connected that field. Let me go back and show you. I went to bulk create on the left, and this came up. Then I went upload CSV, which I did. I selected that, right? And I may have to do it again because I just exited. All right. And now it's brought in all the stuff from the CSV. And over here, I'm going to right click to bring up a context menu. I'm going to go to connect data and I'm going to choose the right data for the right text field. So the cover header is going to go on my cover slide, right? So this is my carousel post. So I'm putting that right there. And it's not going to put the actual information that's in the cover header high there, as you can notice over here, but it's going to set it up. It's going to structure it to do that. We'll see how that works in just a moment. So I'm going to the second one, right click, connect data, and this is my first slide of information. So I'm going to slide 1 header, and then I'm going to right click, connect data, slide 1 message. And I'm going to go through each of these, and thank goodness there are only 5 of them. That's why I did 5. By the way, this Canva only allows 15 columns in that CSV file. It only works with 15 columns. So be clever about how you're structuring that CSV file from Google Slides. Make sure you're being clever about that, because I'm trying to multitask, I don't think I'm very good at that. All right, so we're almost done here. I'm just going slower. That's all I'm doing, going slower by trying to tell you about something else altogether. Slide 4 message. I like to think I used to be really good at multitasking, but maybe I never was. All right, so slide 5, that was the header, message, and then remember I had that call to action field, CTA, so I'm going to go back up here, CTA. There it is. So notice this button comes alive now. It was dimmed out before, grayed out before. So because I've connected fields, it's going to allow me now to run the step I need to run. And realize again, this was my template, right? This is my template in Canva. Look at what happens when I hit continue. First it checks to make sure I want to do this. Do you want to take the data that's in this one row in the CSV and move it here? And I'm going to be like, generate it. So I'm going to hit generate, and doesn't mess with my template. My template's still here. It created a copy, and then it said, oh, in this copy, I'm going to put all the information you wanted in there. See it? Before it said cover header. Now it says, hi there, which was what was on the header, right? And header 1, that's all I had in there. This is the main message for slide 1. This is what I put in there as my example, right? So it's all here. The structure, you could have designed this font a little nicer, whatever it is you want. Change the font size before you did this, or even after. Now I can still go in and do changes. But I just hit 3 buttons, and this is here. The hardest part was first getting my content together, which hopefully you do that at a separate time where you're actually looking at your business plan and your strategic marketing plan and creating content to support your plan and your goals within your plan. And so once you've created that content and cleaned it up and you're sure you're happy with it, move it into that Google Sheets, into a structure of a template you create, or you can ask me and I'll send you my templates. And then I'll just send you a link to download my templates. But then you can just come in here and have your templates already set up in Canva with a look for your brand. So it's easily identifiable from your audience every time they see it. It doesn't have to be the same picture, but maybe the same font, your brand colors, a theme, a tone, something to it, right? That helps them identify it. And so it took everything, including the photograph. It duplicated the slides, but then it inputted the actual content. If I had rows and rows of content, it would have created all of these rows of content. Here's an example. This one, I have rows and rows of content. These are not carousel posts. These are individual posts for this one, but every single row here became a post when I ran the 3 steps in Canva. I had 80 posts. And then here, I had 40 posts, and then I have others. As you see, it says set 6 GS to Canva. There's a lot of this that I do. And so I have enough content to take me halfway through the year at least, right? And I don't have to use all of them all the time, but I like to do that, have it ready to go. And it all supports the strategic marketing plan that I have for my business. The other thing about this is if you use Canva, you know that you can schedule your posts to go out from Canva directly. I prefer using a more robust content marketing app, something that's made for this purpose, because it gives you more features that make sense. And so for me, I use Later, the Later app, later.com, I think it is. So check that out if you're interested in having something that can automate. You can see your full layout of your content, including what's coming up for the month, what you're doing for, I think, several months out at a time. You can look at your, let me show you mine, even though I don't really want to show it right now because I need to create more content coming into this week. But I'll go back a few weeks and you can see, I can show you the month, and you can see the month of April. And so there's content here for Instagram, for Facebook, and LinkedIn. So you can see what I have here. I would have to click and maximize these for you to see, but these are old content that's already gone out. And so I plan these out day by day by day, and each thing is structured around my strategic marketing plan to support the goals of my business for that month, that week, for that quarter. And also I can take a look at my calendar, a preview of my calendar to see what it looks like already, or a preview of the link in my bio to see what things look like. But all that can be managed from here. So just a little insight into what I do behind the scenes. But I like the Later app, and so I use that to get the content out instead of scheduling it from Canva. And there are other tools like Hootsuite and others. You find the one that works for you. But that's how simple that was. This little pop-up mini course was just about going into Google Sheets, inputting your content that you've already put together or decided on, and tying that over to Canva to have it generate 100 posts at a time or more, just like 1, 2, 3 clicks. Connect it, bulk create, upload your CSV from where you saved it from Google Sheets, and then connect the fields that you have and hit generate. And there you go. Your content gets created just like that. Now, if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. Saves me time, gives me time to serve my customers, and gives me time to live my life. And so automation is key. I love talking automation, but I like to talk about strategic marketing first. Having a strategic marketing plan and then building a strategic content marketing plan around the goals for your business, and then automating to save yourself time. Planning is essential if you're truly trying to have success in your business. Anything else is sort of just playing the lottery and hope you hit the numbers. All right? That's enough of that. That's my key thing that I preach about. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But if there's something else you want me to cover in these pop-up mini courses, send me a DM. I'm happy to look at that topic and see what I can do with it for you. I'm going to say have a great rest of your day, and I hope you found this helpful. Take care. Bye-bye.
I've been waiting on the sideline, waiting on a good time, head in the clouds. I've been holding to a lifeline, waiting on the right time. Time is running out. I wanna go